And just to bring you up to speed, where we're going to start, remember we're in the middle of a 6-week series where we're going to talk about leveraging eXp. So the last 10 months, so many of us have gone through a really big transition coming from another brokerage, whether it be a franchise brokerage or an independent. And there's a lot of work involved in that, landing on your feet, getting accustomed to new systems. But then once you get past the transition, remember that what we've talked about so many times in so many meetings and conversations is about how great eXp is as a model for every type of agent, whether you're an individual agent, whether you're part of a team, whether you are an owner coming over, whether you are focused on production or want to take advantage of attraction, that there's just so much opportunity here for you to expand your wealth. Last week, we spent time talking about the certification programs that eXp makes available to you. There were 5 that we went over, and that content has now been posted on our YouTube channel. So you can go back and view that, and hopefully you'll find something there that could be valuable to your business and to growth for you. This week and next week, we're going to spend time talking about paid lead generation programs that eXp makes available to its agents. There are some very good programs that, I'm not going to look at them with rose-colored glasses. I'm going to try and give you the objective information. It's important that you ask yourself some challenging questions as you think about what your budget is, what your expectation is, what your goals are for your business and your production, to whether you think that these programs are right for you. We're also beyond lead generation. As we get closer to the second half of our 6-week stretch, we're going to talk about icon status, what that means in eXp's framework, and how that can be impactful to you. And then we're going to wrap it up with agent attraction, something that I know so many of you have said, I want to understand more about. I want to feel confident having that initial conversation with another agent, but need some scripts or some confidence to get me there. Okay? So let's talk about lead generation. Where are we going to spend our time today and next Wednesday? The first place where we're going to really spend all of our time today is 2 programs encompassed in what's called Making It Rain. And I'll give you a little bit more information on that in a moment. But those are the Home Search Leads program and the Express Offers Leads program. Both roll up to Making It Rain. The next program, and then the full KV Core suite of programs, that's OpCity and KV Core, we're going to tackle those all next week. These are, again, additional programs that you can tap into as an agent with eXp. Can everybody still hear me? Kathy, do you have okay, great. That you can still tap into as an agent of eXp, again, recognizing only you can determine what your budget is, what your goals are, and whether these programs make sense for you. My goal in these sessions is to make sure that you know that they exist. So let's talk about why you want to consider using part of your marketing budget in digital advertising, why you would want to leverage these lead generation programs with eXp. Just to put it in context, just for a minute, put some numbers to it. It's estimated that Google fulfills 5.6 billion searches a day. Billion searches. And Google captures about 90% of the total global search engine market. Okay, so if people are searching, every 9 out of 10 people is using Google to do it, to get a question answered, to satisfy a curiosity, whatever the case may be, they're using it to conduct their daily business and to get their news and information every single day. Social media, we know, is huge. Social media has 4.5 billion users, who on average go to their social media accounts 6 times in the course of a day to check in. 6 times. So you think about, and certainly there is a place and an importance for print media, but think about that for a second with social media. Print media, I might get 60 seconds of a person's time when they go through the mail. And in that 60 seconds, they're going to make a decision about my print piece in that moment, whether they keep it or they don't. Social media, I may not have gotten you the first time, but I probably have 5 more opportunities in the course of the day to get in front of you with my digital advertising. And you can take a look, you can see here at the user levels, and these numbers are 6 months old. They just continue to grow. Now, what it's important to realize is as you look at the users, don't automatically assume that you need to be in the Facebook or the YouTube space. Facebook certainly has the greatest number of users, but you have to understand what your business is, what your niche is, and then make sure that you're identifying the right social media platform to target those people. So if you're looking for a younger crowd, a younger buyer perhaps, then Instagram or TikTok might make more sense to you. If you're looking to target, young mothers, maybe Pinterest might make more sense. Again, you have to understand how social media and your business goals will work together. One of the greatest things about digital advertising is that it's going to be very purposeful. So you're going to have a goal in mind to drive traffic to you and to your website. And by using paid advertising, you're driving traffic, which then drives engagement, which then hopefully drives conversion and sales. And what's probably most cool about it is that in so many cases, you get analytics back on your advertising spend where you may not always know the value of print media. Okay, so I think clearly taking a minute or two to look at those numbers, you're going to recognize the value and the importance of digital advertising. So where I want to spend time today is talking about 2 paths that you can take within Making It Rain. Making It Rain is an eXp program. There are a couple of places where you can go within eXp's resource network to get more information. You can go on Workplace and just find the group Making It Rain, or you can also go to the website. It's makingitrain.exprealty.com. You can even go within Enterprise and find the Making It Rain tile on your dashboard, okay? What I want to really spend our time talking about for the next maybe 40 minutes or so is what these 2 programs entail, how they can benefit you, what the cost would look like to you, because obviously that's a huge factor, and then what you need to be prepared to do leading up to signing up for the program. And then once you do sign up, what elbow grease is going to be required from you to make these programs work. So first I want to talk about home search leads. That's one of the 2 programs under Making It Rain. And just for ease of typing, anywhere that you see MIR, that's just a reference to Making It Rain. Home search leads is a program that is based with Google Ads. So you can see on the slide here, plenty of times we've all done searches. And when you see in your search results the word ad come up at the beginning of your the first couple of entries in your results, that means that this particular person who has responsibility for this website paid for advertising, so that based on whatever you were searching for, it's a match with their advertising campaign. And so they're coming up as a Google Ads sponsored search result. Okay. So home search leads is going to be primarily targeting your buyers. You will get some sellers, but for the most part, you're talking about people who are going to Google and searching homes for sale in Marlton, or 2-story homes in New Brunswick, or waterfront homes in Ocean County. Okay. So it's Google Ads that are going to drive the traffic here, that ultimately you want people to be able to click here and get to your website. So again, driving traffic to your website. What's pretty cool about Making It Rain is that when it comes to these ads, Making It Rain and the resources that eXp employs there are doing all the ad writing for you. You're not doing any of that work. And they've taken it a step further to understand in their testing, it's called split testing. They've actually done the work to say that, okay, we know certain verbiage in certain ads works well in Texas, for example, but it doesn't work well in New Jersey. But this type of verbiage or structure of an ad gets very good results in New Jersey. Okay, so They're doing a lot of that work for you. All you have to do is identify what areas you want to target in your marketing. They're going to build the campaign for you, roll it out for you. You just have to be ready to receive those leads and that traffic. Okay. One other really important point, because I know in some of our KV Core training, I've mentioned this, that when you first activate your KV Core account, and I speak primarily from a New Jersey mindset, but when you activate your account in New Jersey, you share a smart number with every other agent in New Jersey with eXp. That means that if a lead comes in on that smart number, it's being round robined from, amongst different agents who have active KV Core accounts. The Making It Rain program does not work that way. And that's important for you to know, because if you're going to make this type of dollar investment in your marketing budget and commit to this program, you want the confidence that this campaign is being built for you and the results are going to be driven to you. So they aren't building one campaign and then trying to dish out leads from that one campaign to multiple agents. You pay for that campaign to be built for you, and all the leads from that campaign will go to you. Okay. Another important thing to understand is that there's no additional commission split or referral that's going to go back to eXp because you participate in this program. Okay, so whatever split you're on with your team, wherever you are in your cap, that doesn't change if you have a lead that gets to the closing table through Making It Rain, as opposed to a lead from any other source. Okay, so that's some background information. So let's take a look at what would be involved if you wanted to pursue home search leads. Again, we're talking about buyers. We know that buyers can be motivated by many things. You might get 100 people that search homes for sale in New Brunswick. 5 of those people might just be frustrated living with their parents. Another 5 of those people, might just be dreaming about what's ahead, a year from now. You're only going to get a percentage of those people who are truly in the now, in the ready to pursue buying a home. So there's going to be a lot of work involved on your end, recognizing which of these leads are convertible, which of these leads will require some longer term nurturing to be prepared 6 to 12 months down the road for that ultimate home purchase. Okay, so understand that this program, Making It Rain, is right in line with the national average. So if you receive 100 leads over the course of the year, expect this to translate to maybe 2 to 3 closings in the year. If you're super aggressive and really stay on top of the leads, you can see opportunity to improve that to maybe 4, 5, 6%. Okay. Basically, what it's going to break down to is that each of the leads that you receive is going to have a dollar value of $15 to $20 in terms of what you're investing in the program, the number of projected leads that you'll receive. There's no guarantee in this program on the number of leads, but just a projected estimate. Okay. So let's take a look. There are 3 programs that you can choose from. You pay monthly and you pay in arrears. So if you signed up to start the program February 1st, you'd receive a bill at the end of February for the month of February. Okay. If you wanted to go with the Tier 1 plan, $250 a month, they're asking that you commit for a 3-month period. But then after that 3 months, you can make the decision to cancel or pause your campaign at any time. Okay, so that's good, because a lot of other programs outside of eXp's framework, you're looking at a 6 to 12-month commitment, and you don't have the ability to pause your campaign. Okay, but if you're going with the Tier 1, they do ask for a 3-month commitment. It's projected, and again, I emphasize this because they emphasize this at eXp, is that you're looking at an estimated 15 to 25 leads a month. Those leads will cover everybody from, who enters Mickey Mouse as their contact name to, yes, I'm looking to buy a house and I'm hoping to close in the next 60 days, and everything in between. Okay. But that's where you will come in as the real estate professional to be able to work those leads and determine where to put in the time, where to put in the effort, and where you're going to see that convert to an actual commission. Okay. The idea is that traffic is driven through Google Ads to your website. And then once the consumer is driven to your website and signs up, they will become an active lead in your KV Core. Okay. That you will manage both through automated campaigns and through manual attention. Okay. And nurturing. There are 2 other tiers. You can go with $500 or $750 a month. Now notice that when you increase the monthly rate, you're looking at an increase in your projected estimated leads, okay? How many leads you can expect to receive for that month. The good thing about tier 2 and tier 3 is that there is no monthly commitment at all. You can sign up for 1 month. If you decide you don't like it, you can immediately pause or cancel the campaign and pursue something else. I don't know that that makes a lot of sense, that you can really gather how valuable the program's going to be to you in just a 30-day period. But the important thing is, things come up that we don't anticipate. And so if you are ambitious now about making that $500 commitment, then ultimately find that other things compete with it, or maybe you have another opportunity a month or 2 from now that really blows up your pipeline, then you do have the ability to stop and don't have to worry about having this $500 commitment hanging over you and your budget. Okay. Are there any questions so far?
Jean has a question.
I see. Okay, great. So with home search leads works exclusively with KV Core. There is another program that we're going to talk about second with Express Offers leads, where you have an option of choosing 2 different CRM platforms. But the whole idea here with home search leads is that it will work automatically with your KV Core CRM provided to you by eXp. Okay. So what's involved in actually getting started with home search leads? Well, there's a couple things I just want to go through here. Before you sign up, before you even get to that point where you tell eXp, I'm interested and I'm going to make the commitment to this program, you need to make sure your KV Core account is activated, because that is how you will manage these leads once you receive them. You want to go through the effort of activating your account, setting up your profile, and also setting up your website. Along those lines, there's one important component that I want to show you, and I know we've addressed this in some of our KV Core training, but it's worth pointing out now. When you go into your KV Core account, and here's my dashboard here, if you go into your profile and then look at your website, you want to go to your website settings. So I'm going to take you here and then go to site settings. You want to make sure that you scroll down past the point where you would choose, this is where you would select your homepage illustrations, your photos. You want to scroll down to this section here where it says force lead registration. Some of you, when we've had conversations in the past, it's been about personal preference. Do you want consumers who visit your site to have the ability to view 1, 2, 3, 5 searches before they're prompted to provide their registration information? If you're going to sign up for Making It Rain or for any other platform, you really want to stick to the standard, what they call the normal preset, to require registration after 1 property view. The whole idea is you don't want to be spending $250 or $500 a month and then allow somebody to come to your site multiple times and not capture that person's information as a lead. Okay, that's really important. So in addition to making sure that you do your registration, setting up your KV Core, you want to start to think about what target areas you would identify for your home search leads campaign. With home search, you're going to want to either choose cities or areas. You can go up to the county level, but you do not want to identify zip codes. And the goal to get the most robust campaign possible is that ideally you want to identify areas that have at least 30 active listings at all times. That can be very challenging in the market that we're in, where active listings are gobbled up almost as quickly as they go live.
I think the whole county will have 30 listings.
Yes, that's definitely in this market a bit of a challenge. But when you sign up for this particular program, you're going to choose a minimum of 3 target areas. And what Making It Rain will do is they're going to look at each of your target areas and they're going to determine. So if your first one isn't producing good results, like your first priority, then they'll step down to like your second and third priorities to make sure that you're getting as robust a campaign with as many clicks as possible. So that's the other really cool thing about your investment, is that you're making the decision that, yes, I want leads to come to me and I want to pay for them, but I'm going to use somebody else's expertise and the work that they've done to, number one, set up the campaign, to build the campaign, but then to, number two, measure the campaign's success from a technology standpoint. Okay. So once you've identified your target areas, you've set up KV Core, the other thing that's super important is that you want to test your website. Super important. And I've mentioned this in the KV Core training too. Let me show you what I mean by that. So I went here to my MLS and I just happened to do a search for all active listings in the town of Moorestown, New Jersey. And you'll see that I came up with 32 active listings. Okay. What I then went to do, and so I'm just there, right? I'm just at the cusp of my 30. That'll change in 10 minutes. But then what I did is I went to my website, and right from my homepage, I entered Moorestown, New Jersey, and did a search. And then it took me here to my results. What you're looking for is that it won't be precise. It won't be absolutely exact, right? Because there's a bit of a time difference, maybe 15 to 30 minutes, sometimes slightly longer, between the data that you see on your website and the data that you see in the MLS. But the important thing is that I'm close, right? And I'll be totally frank with you. When I did this the very first time, I tried Marlton and I did a search for Marlton. I knew on my MLS, I had about 20, 25 properties. And then when I went to my website, my search results kept pulling up properties in Camden. So clearly there was a feed issue on my website that needed to be addressed. And KV Core took care of that. But the important thing is I don't want to start paying for a lead generation program, having that problem where the leads are not working. If you get to the point where a consumer has gotten here to your website, they are engaged and they are searching properties for sale. If the results of their searches are not meeting their search criteria, that's a problem. And they're going to go find another website or another agent where it does work. So this is a very important step in the process as you decide if you want to pursue home search leads. Test your website. And then the last thing that I'll mention here is just avoid zip codes. I think I already said that you really want to identify either cities, towns, areas, or you can go as high as the county level when you decide what your target areas are going to be. The last thing that you need to do before you sign up, there is an on-demand class that you participate in. It's in MindFlash, which is really cool because that means you can do it on your time. It doesn't have to be a live class that you have to wait for the next session to become available. It's a MindFlash class. It's less than 60 minutes long, and you can progress through, and it's actually very informative and will give you a more thorough overview of what's entailed, how the program works, what you can expect, and then the resources that are going to be available to you once your campaign goes live. Okay, so these are all the things that you want to do in advance. The way that you would get to this MindFlash class is if you went ahead and went to the website. So you can either go through Enterprise or you can go directly to makingitrain.exprealty.com. If I went to home search leads, it's going to take me right to this sign up button. Okay. Once you click sign up and you start the process, it's going to give you another button to say, yes, let me go ahead and start that introductory course. Okay. So now let's talk about what happens after you sign up. If you're to the point where you're set with KV Core, you're ready to receive these leads, you've tested your website, taken the class, now you want to give it about a 5 to 7 day lead time for your campaign to be generated and launched. Okay, that's purposeful from Making It Rain's standpoint. They openly admit they could do it sooner and make it live for you sooner, but what they're expecting you to do is leverage the training resources to be ready to receive the leads. Okay, they want to see this program work for you as much as you want to see this program work for you. This is a value add to you as an eXp agent, and you're paying for it. So to the extent that you have a dollar investment on top of the time investment, you need to see a return. Okay, there are a number of resources that are going to be made available to you, and I can show you what a couple of those look like. You'll receive access. They'll direct you to a YouTube channel, which has all Making It Rain videos, and not just some of the initial videos that explain the platform, but also about best practices that different agents have come back to Making It Rain with to say, these are things that are working for me. This is how I'm finding success in this program. You'll also get a curriculum that looks like this that's going to tell you. So remember, you have those 7 days. This is how they want you to prepare. They want you tapping into KV Core resources, finding training on KV Core, make sure that you are well equipped on how to read your KV Core dashboard to receive those leads and how to take action, how to get going on nurturing those leads from the word go. Okay. And there's a number of other content items here as well. But the idea is they don't want you just sort of sitting back and waiting for the, okay, it's live. They want you engaged and prepared. And remember, they're upfront about the fact that not all of these leads will be perfectly boxed, ready to go buyers. It's going to require work by you to sort through and identify viable consumers. Okay. All right. Are there any questions so far on the home search before we get into express offers? Let me just take a quick look here at the chat. Oh, great. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate that. So Ryan mentioned that you can do a sync between your KV Core and then pull those leads if you are using a different CRM program other than KV Core. But the way it works with Making It Rain and with the resources at Making It Rain, those leads will automatically feed into your KV Core account. Okay. All right, great. The other one I want to talk about is express offers. This is the second leg of the Making It Rain platform. Unlike home search leads, where you can today, as long as you have your real estate license and it's with eXp, you can make the decision to launch a campaign with home search leads. And remember, primarily buyer driven. The Express Offers Leads program requires that you have your Express Offers certification. You cannot launch a campaign here in this space without having that certification first. And remember, just to give you a brief reminder, we did talk about it last week, but the Express Offers certification opens up your ability to work in what's called the iBuying platform, where you're potentially matching sellers who are looking for a quick turnaround or maybe a cash sale. And when I say quick turnaround, we're talking about closing as in potentially as little as 2 weeks, even in some cases less than that. Maybe they're looking for quick turnaround, a quick cash sale, don't want to open their home to the public, or for some reason can't open their home to the public. Maybe they're in a situation where they need significant rehabilitation or renovation, don't have the dollar investment to be able to pursue that, to sell their home. Express Offers gives you a platform to connect those sellers with institutional buyers who have cash, who can close quickly, and who are looking for properties at a discount, if you will, that they can go ahead and invest in and rehab and then turn around and either rent or sell in a traditional market. Okay. So in order to participate as an Express Offers agent, to be certified, you have to go through, it takes about 4 to 6 hours of your time, depends on how diligent you are, but it is in MindFlash. So it's done on your time. So if you devoted 20 minutes a night over the course of a week, you'd probably be through the entire content and have your certification. Once you do that, you then have the ability to participate in this lead generation program. An important thing about express offers is that it's a tool in your tool belt. So you can describe yourself as express offers certified, but a lot of times when you meet with a client and you talk about where they are, what their circumstance is, what their needs and goals are in selling their home, oftentimes express offers is not the path that they'll take. They'll rely on your expertise, your guidance, and your understanding of the market, and they may ultimately decide that a traditional sale, advertising on the MLS, open houses, and so forth, is the best route for them to go. But in the meantime, you have the ability to capture now leads for people responding to the idea of sell your home fast, sell your home for cash, those type of sort of quick hit, let me see what this is all about, I'm curious, I do need to sell my house motivation, okay? Unlike the home search leads where they're pulling in buyers from Google ads, the express offers leads are going to be all Facebook ads, okay? And again, it's going to be that, are you looking to sell your home fast? Now, think about that for a second. I mentioned before when we talked about buyers, you're going to get everybody from, the person who's frustrated living at home with mom and dad to the person who's truly serious about buying a home. And then you're going to get people who just want to know what $1 million properties are available in their neighborhood, all doing their home search. But when somebody clicks on looking to sell your home fast, you're most likely talking about somebody who's, number one, a homeowner, and number two, has a real thought about needing or wanting to sell. Okay, so the level of engagement or motivation in them making that click is typically going to be heightened with express offers over the buyer home search leads. Okay. Again, with this program, I think it's really important to point out that when you pay into this program and you're having a campaign built for you, that campaign is built for you. It's not being built for multiple agents. So if you're getting clicks through your Facebook ads, they're going to all come to you. And again, no additional split referral, whatever standard compensation you're receiving with eXp, whatever your split is with your team, it doesn't change because this is an express offers client. Okay. So what you'll see, here's an example of where an agent would, where a consumer would be directed if they clicked on a Facebook ad. So every eXp agent receives an express offers URL that ties them into their website and their KV Core account. So this is what it would look like. So you would call for action, immediately get contact information for the seller, and they would immediately feed into one of two places, either your KV Core account or there's a second option, which I'll show you in just a minute. So let's talk about when we said with home search, you're going to get buyers, you might get 15 to 25 leads in the course of a month. Some of those are going to be, high quality, some not so much, and you're going to sift through. The average value, a price tag of a lead was somewhere in the neighborhood of $15 to $20 per lead based on what your investment is. Understand that with express offers, you're not going to get the same volume of clicks and leads, but again, the motivation behind the clicks that you do get will be significantly heightened. At least that's the anticipation. So you're talking about a value per lead of $60 to $80, okay? If you can get, as they're seeing, every fourth or fifth lead to translate to a listing appointment, then you're talking about the potential of 1 to 3 listings a month, depending on how hard you're working this program. So again, what Making It Rain is seeing, the results that they're observing, not guaranteed, is that with every fourth or fifth lead, an eXp agent is getting a consultation with the seller. Okay, so from there, it's entirely in your court as to whether you're able to ultimately convert that to an active listing. Okay, there are 2 programs that you can choose from. When we talked about the home search, there were 3 levels, 3 tiers. When you talk about express offers, there are 2. you typically would either commit to a $500 a month program or a $1,000 a month program. Appreciate that your investment is going to be different. It's going to be more, obviously, because the $250 is not available to you, but recognize that here you're looking specifically to target sellers. And what opportunity does that extend to you, not just with that seller, but with your sign in the front yard, with your open houses and buyer traffic. So it really exponentially grows your opportunity as to what that lead could turn into in your future pipeline. Okay, just some food for thought. When you decide that you want to participate in express offers, you are going to give Making It Rain one county and then 2 cities within that county. So they're going to really broaden their scope. When you're looking at home search, they really prefer that you zone in on towns or cities. But with express offers, they're going to broaden a bit to cover an entire county and then give special emphasis in your campaign to those couple of cities that you selected. Okay. With express offers, they also want a 3-month commitment up front. So if you're going to participate, they're asking for 3 months, and then same idea, you can pause your campaign or cancel your campaign anytime after that. And there's, in both cases, with both programs, it's just a simple form that you have to fill out and submit, all accessible to you on the Making It Rain website. Now, the interesting thing that they make available to you here with express offers that's not available with the home search leads is that you have a choice between 2 CRM platforms. You can use your KV Core account. If you go that route, then that would be called the Essentials path, the Essentials option. Or you can choose a different CRM product called Attract ROI. Attract ROI is from what appears to be, I have not used it personally. I did watch a demonstration on it. It is a user-friendly, seems like to be a relatively low learning curve platform. But what I think is particularly impactful about it is that the consumer can get to the point right from that landing page that I showed you a slide ago where they sign up. They're going to answer a couple of questions about their home, the property that they're selling, when they're looking to sell. And then they'll have the opportunity to sign up for a phone or appointment with you right then and there. And that CRM is tied into your calendar. So you'll identify times that you make available to the consumer. So right then and there, they can book an appointment with you, which is an extremely attractive feature. This program, if you wanted to go the Attract ROI route, is called Funnels. So you have Essentials and you have Funnels, trying to pull in these seller leads. There's no difference in cost between the two, and there's no difference in the projected return in terms of the number of leads that you would receive on either one. It's really just about whether you want to continue KV Core, that's something that you're familiar with and value, or if you'd be willing to try a different CRM platform, again, with the opportunity for the consumer to connect with you with an actual appointment at the end of their digital experience. The important thing that I want to just mention as an aside is that as soon as you pause or cancel your campaign, your access to Attract ROI would go away. So you having access to that platform is only active when you are active in a campaign, okay? Unlike your KV Core account. So KV Core is coming to you with your $85 monthly investment, your tech and education fee, and it's not going away based on whatever decisions you make around lead generation, okay? So that's an important thing to know, especially if you're going to take the time and learn the new platform and invest in it and manage leads in it, and then ultimately pause a campaign. You don't want to lose those leads because once they're yours, okay? So let's talk about express offers, just like we did with the home search leads. What's involved ahead of time and what do you need to do once you sign up? Well, first and foremost, you have to have your certification. If you don't have your express offer certification, you need to go there first. And I would refer you back to our YouTube channel for the certifications training or lunch and learn to be able to know exactly how to do that, where to get plugged in. You're also going to want to decide on your CRM platform. Will you want to pursue this program with KV Core, or do you want to try Attract ROI? You're going to need to know that at the time of sign up. If you're going the route of KV Core, do all the work ahead of time. You do not want to go on the clock and have to start paying for lead generation if your account is not set up, if your website is not set up, and if you're not ready to receive and nurture these leads, okay? Same thing that we talked about with the other program in your KV Core. Make sure that your force lead registration is on normal. So again, that means that somebody can do one search on your website and then they're immediately prompted to enter their contact information. You don't want to give a consumer coming through this program more than one opportunity to get some search results without having to at least give you their name and contact info. You're going to also want to choose your county and your cities, 1 county, 2 cities that you will want your campaign built around. And then just like the home search option, there is an on-demand course for the express offers option as well. This one you can complete in maybe a little over a half an hour, also on MindFlash. So super simple. I love to see that they put the trainings on MindFlash because you can do it at your time, at your pace. You know, if 10 o'clock at night works for you, if you're an early riser and 6 a.m. is the best way to go, you don't have to worry about being available at a set time to join a live class. And it is a good 30-minute overview of the program, okay? After you sign up, again, there's lead time involved, partly because it takes time to build the campaign, but also partly because they want you at Making It Rain. They want you engaged in the training, in the preparation, especially because you're expecting the leads that come in from this program to be even a little bit more, like we said, motivated and driven in that home sale space, okay? There is, in addition to the Making It Rain resources, there's a huge amount of content, training, you know, tips, tricks, and recommendations that you can get within the Express Offers community on Workplace. So if this is something that appeals to you, make sure that you're tapped into that group on Workplace as well. That's Express Offers community. There's also a person by the name of Darren James, and you can look him up on eXp on Workplace. He's also in WorkChat. He's considered eXp's Express Offers ambassador, and he is offering his time for free to consult with you one-on-one to help you really take advantage of the Express Offers Making It Rain program and how to make it work. And the way that you can do that to schedule that consultation is you would just go to www.bookdarren.com. So again, he's with eXp, he's the Express Offers ambassador, and another great resource. So what we continue to emphasize every week is you need to know these resources that are available to you. The goal that eXp has for you as an agent in this insanely fast growing organization is that you engage, is that you find the platform or the program or the opportunity that speaks to you, and then you invest in it all in and make it work for you. Your success is eXp's success, right? So absolutely jump in and get engaged. So I just want to show you one more time what those resources, remember, will look like. So if you complete either of the courses, the intro course for home search leads or the intro course for Express Offers, you're going to get curriculum information to help you really prepare for the leads to receive them. And then you also want to make sure that you are tapped into this Workplace group for Making It Rain. A lot of really good information there as well. Okay. Does anybody have any questions at this point on either of these programs? Can we be a buyer for these homes? And you're talking about the Express Offers space, is that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
So Express Offers, there are certain criteria that an institutional buyer would have to meet to be able to participate in the program. I don't have the full criteria myself, but I think I can get it for you. But there does have to be a certain amount of, like you have to demonstrate a certain amount of cash on hand. You have to be able to demonstrate ability to quick close. And then there's something called, and of course the word is like completely escaping me. I know this is not the exact right term, but it's like a buy block where you have to go in as a buyer in the express offer space and you have to say, okay, I'm looking for properties in this geographic area. I'm looking, I'm expecting to invest, let's say 20, 30, 35% in reno or rehab costs. And then you have to even be able to go so far as to say whether you would commit to the agent bringing the seller, whether you would commit to relist the property with them following the renovation or rehabilitation of the property. Buy box. Thank you, Teresa. So as an iBuyer in the space, you have to be able to put a buy box out there. As an agent in the space with a potential seller in the express offers arena, your job is to look at the buy boxes that are out there for your particular geographic area and see if there's any match, see if it makes sense. Because it's sometimes the answer to your seller is this does not make sense for you, or there's really not a market in the express offer space for you. Let's talk about a traditional sale. Okay. But I can get the criteria for you, Jean, to find out whether it could be available to an eXp agent who also buys in that sort of investor space. Okay, awesome. Are there any other questions? Is there anything else that we talked about the fee? There's no fee to get certified with express offers, which is really fantastic. You just have to go through and complete the training. Once you complete the training, you get the certification, you get access to a suite of marketing materials all around express offers. And then you also gain access to a separate platform where all of those buy boxes are recorded and where you could go in and look for matches potentially for your sellers. Okay. A billing question. Hi. Okay, go ahead, Ryan.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. If I have a partner who wants to, I've already been doing the Make It Rain campaign I started in October.
Okay.
And I have somebody who wants to partner with me on the program. Is there a way so that we can split the billing between us?
So as far as I know, in what I've researched, there's no way that you can tell eXp to split the bill. But here's what happens. You get that bill at the end of the month in arrears for the previous month. You have typically, from what I understand, you have about 10 days before eXp will charge the card on file. So whatever card you pay your $85 a month fee, you'll have about 10 days before that card is charged. So what you can do if the partner that you're working with is willing is you can go into your account, which is through Enterprise. Let me see if I have that up, if I can show you real quick. You would just go under Enterprise on the left-hand side and you would look for online payments under My Business. I don't know if you've ever gone there before.
Yeah, I have.
Okay, so your invoice would appear there and you can, I think you can add a second card. So if you have a partner who wants to be able to provide their credit card information, but again, it's going to require them wanting to do that. But then you should be able to split the payment that way on two separate cards.
Okay.
But there's no way to actually tell eXp, I want you to bill somebody else for a portion of my
okay, so I can they will at least bill two separate cards.
You should be able to, so you can go in and you should be able to tell the system how much of that invoice you want to pay and on what card. Yes.
Now, is that something you have to do every month, or can you set it up so it's automatically split?
You'll have to go in and do it every month to split it. But I think once you enter the card information the first time, it will save multiple cards. Just make sure it doesn't overwrite your default card. So let's say, maybe you're working with a partner and you only want them to obviously contribute to this. You don't want to accidentally set their card as your default and then they start getting billed for your other invoices and your tech fee and so forth. So But that's where you would do all of that here in online payments. If you scroll to the very bottom when you're looking at your invoices, there's a place where you can enter an additional card.
Okay. All right. That's
okay.
Something.
It's a better option than, unfortunately, though, eXp is not in the space where they can customize billing at this point.
I understand. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Okay. If there aren't any other questions, then I'm just going to take a quick second to remind everybody that we will make this content available after in the next couple of days. It'll be up on our YouTube channel. And you can always also email me to receive a copy of the slide deck. So if you want to be able to just easily click on things to get to places, feel free to email me. I'll be happy to send you that. And then don't forget, I'm really excited about this one. Next Tuesday, be there in person. This is going to be, it's the 1st of February. Quintavious, right, with Gene, fantastic. I had an opportunity to hear him speak a little bit. I just love it. We're all trying to find like the next great thing to translate into, what that hidden secret is. And I've never seen somebody take the most basic of activities and turn it into the most incredibly thriving business. And I hope that you'll all tune in next Tuesday to hear him speak. That's going to be 11 a.m. Need to be in person to really get the benefit of it. So I appreciate everyone.
We're very excited about that one. I actually had, I saw him speak about 3 years ago at a conference, and that was like his first year in the business. Since then, I don't even know, it's just almost sounds impossible, but this guy did 300 deals, I believe, in 2021 with one assistant. So definitely would want to, see what exactly he's doing, what systems are in place. I know he used to be a football player, so I think he took a lot of the stuff that he learned from football and he somehow incorporated it into his real estate business as far as, what he needs to do and accomplish on a daily basis. He's got a certain point system that he follows that he moved over into real estate. So it's going to be really interesting and definitely, exciting. Yeah, that's going to be next Tuesday, 11 a.m., same spot, leaders@zoom.com. And should be great.
Awesome.
And
yeah.
Deanna, really good stuff today.
Thank you.
Really, really great information and super informative.
Appreciate it, Jean. Thank you so much. I appreciate everybody taking the time. I hope that you did find something valuable here. If nothing else, then make sure you're at least asking yourself the question, how much am I going to commit to a marketing budget? How am I going to use some dollars, in my business, invest some dollars to get some dollars back? Okay. And then make sure that you're putting the proper controls in place to measure your return. That's really important. You'll never know how something's benefiting you unless you're actively measuring the return. Next week, we're going to take a dive into OpCity and really take a look at some of these other hidden gems embedded within KV Core that you might find meaning and value in. And again, continuing to get more and more out of that $85 a month fee. So again, I appreciate everybody's time. Make sure if you need it, you head back to the YouTube channel. And I absolutely hope to see you next Tuesday, 11 a.m., where we can hear Quintavious. That's going to be an awesome one. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great rest of January. Let's close it out strong. And I'll talk with you soon.
Thank you, Deanna.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.